The truth is, we're just taxed too darn much for the government to treat us this badly. But we keep electing these folks who do the exact same thing. In a country that allows us to own guns with the right to a well-regulated militia, all founded on the fact that we fought the Revolutionary War over a 2.5% tax hike in tea, now we allow the government to take almost half of our paycheck. I mean, hold my beer while I thank O ye of my congressional district for your leniency and grace, sir, that I may keep the other half of what you don't give me a break. And I think this rests in the perspective. People say, oh man, I got a $3,000 tax refund this year. Awesome. No, it should have been a $12,000 tax refund. If you get a tax refund, it's because you gave an interest-free loan to Uncle Sam. Are you getting your money's worth out of that loan? I mean, the government has managed this economy so poorly that everything costs more. I think the least they could do is give you a market interest rate on the loan that you gave them. And the craziest thing, I think, and I guess I probably shouldn't be surprised by this, but there is no financial liability for the government ever. They can royally screw everything up because they caused inflation, because that's what the government does. We don't cause inflation as people. They do by printing gobs of money for random stuff. If they inflate our currency, I don't know, let's call it 20% over 3 years, as they did, they still choke the same amount of money out of you and I. They don't lessen the tax burden on us. You and I have to figure out what our families have to cut in order to continue to make our payment to the G-Man so they don't throw us in jail. Oh, hey guys, sorry that gas costs twice as much. You better not take that family vacation next year, peasant, because the fat cats in D.C. need to pay Lockheed Martin another $1.7 trillion for our F-35 program. Oh, by the way, we still got to replace the other one that we lost, too. Don't forget, Ukraine needs $100 billion, too. Merry Christmas. Meanwhile, I just want the road in front of my house to be fixed. And maybe if you could find the time in their busy 140-day-a-year work schedule to actually shut down the southern border. I work more than 140 days for the government. I work from January to June for free. For them, all of my money up until June goes to the federal government. That is how much they take from me. I work more for the federal government than they do for me. How many of you are in the same boat at home? You contribute more to the government than they do to you. Not to mention that in order to pay those taxes, we had to spend hours and usually pay someone else to help us file them. Our tax system is so royally messed up. I have the same view on this as I do on self-checkout everywhere. I am not an employee of the federal government. Every year, though, the IRS tells you, sir, you owe us taxes. Okay, how much? Well, you have to figure that out. Okay, how do I figure it out? Well, if you don't know, you should probably pay someone to file them for you. So let me get this straight, G-Man. I should pay someone more money to tell me how much money I should pay to you. Shouldn't you just send me a bill? Well, Mr. Higbie, that's not how it works. Okay, well, let's play this out. What happens if I get the number wrong? Well, sir, you go to jail. And if we think you're wrong, we can also take the money right out of your bank account without a warrant, unless your name's Biden. I mean, so much of, by, and for the people, right? When I lay it out like that, you see why we threw a bunch of tea in the harbor? And Joe Biden will stand there and literally tell people to pay their fair share.
Just pay your fair share. Just pay something. Just begin to pay your fair share.
Pay their fair share.
Yet most of his family has been found to not have paid any share, or at least not their fair share. His son Hunter, his brother James, and now his daughter Ashley as well. So why are we all so okay with this confiscation? Because that's what it comes down to. We allow our representatives to do this. I fundamentally believe that the money that the government takes is what I allow them to take. The government believes the money we keep from our labor is what they allow us to keep. You see the difference there? Diametrically opposed. Best headline in the world, I see. Single winner for the second biggest lotto jackpot in the world. No, that's incorrect. The person was not the single winner. The government takes 50% of that. They take 50% of every lottery, actually, every single time. And for what? The government has raked in trillions of dollars just from lotteries alone in their history. And they do nothing. And unlike you and I, they're just guaranteed 50% of the pie every single time. And what's most frustrating about this is that when I see headlines like this, I'm actually thankful. Thankful that most recently we have elected the least productive Congress since the 1980s. They have literally left the bar on the floor this cycle with less than 25 laws passed. And when they showed this to me, I was like, I actually kind of see this as a net positive. Because when the government is doing stuff, it's usually screwing us somehow. That's why their approval hovers around the high teens for most of the time. Oh, Carl, but you're knocking a Republican out. You bet I am. Mostly because I saw Mike Johnson get in there, and I was like, this is awesome. We got a conservative. I was super pumped. And then the first thing he does is refund the Defense Department at pretty much the same existing levels that they have because, one, they've never passed an audit. Two, they've been caught losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year. And three, they're allowed to continue spying on us. So yeah, Mike Johnson, I'm knocking a Republican Congress. I mean, at least with a Democrat, I know what I'm going to get. I just didn't expect it from Republicans. But since we're on Democrats, I don't know if this administration is actively trying to crush the economy headed into the next election. Like, maybe Joe Biden is one of those petulant children where they know they're going to lose anyway because it's that bad. So he's just going to ruin it for everyone on the way out the door. I don't know. But he's got a record low approval rating at like 34% right now. But he keeps doing the same thing. I'm sitting there like, dude, people don't like your policies. Maybe you should change them. But no. He doubles down. Just as BP is stopping drilling in the Middle East due to, I don't know, wars that probably the weakness of America caused, breaking out everywhere. And then we got pirates. They were like, hey, it's not worth our time. It's too dangerous. So Biden touts at the same time that he's closed more drilling in America or off our shores than anyone else. Sweet, dude. I'm sure the single mother struggling to put a present under the tree for her kids, I'm sure she's going to be ecstatic that she has to pay more for gas next year. I love offering solutions to these problems, so, I'm going to give it a whirl. How about this? I think federal income tax is theft and should be eliminated entirely. How about not a penny more for any other country until every single homeless veteran is taken care of? How about no property taxes for anyone over 65? You've probably paid your fair share by then, I think. I also think that childcare should be a tax deduction. And if you feel that the government isn't adequately serving you, I think you should be able to sue them to get your money back, ruled on by a jury of your peers. Oh, and if revenue falls short, the government can just figure it out, just like they do to us all the time. When they shut down our economy during COVID, we had to figure it out. These people work for us. It's about darn time they realize that. Oh, and I would tack on, anytime the government can't live within its budget, Congress forfeits all of their salaries for that fiscal year. Staffers, too. $10 says D.C. would be like half the size it is now by morning. Too bad I'm not in charge.